All right, sixth grade, we are going to jump into the world of inequalities this week. Inequalities are basically when you compare a variable and an object. So we've been doing greater than less than forever and equal to for longer than that. But now we're jumping into if there's a variable in the equation. So let's start off with greater than. If you remember, our greater than guy has our alligator eating the first number. Well, on inequalities, your first number is going to be a variable. So t, okay? Now let's say that t is greater than 2. So we don't know what t is, but we know it's larger than 2. So here's how I'm going to graph that. Yes, you graph inequalities. So because it's just greater than, I'm going to draw a circle. Okay, that would be 2 on the number line. Okay, now my inequality arrow is pointing towards the 2, or it's pointing towards the right. So I'm going to draw an arrow facing the same way, opening up just like that. So it is saying that t is greater than 2. So t could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's it. So let's jump on to less than. Let's say that t is less than 2. Now remember, the alligator would be eating towards the other way. His sharp teeth. We'll give him an eyeball. All right. So you're going to follow this the exact same way. I'm going to draw an open circle. But this time my arrow is pointing that way. So my circle is always going to be the number. My circle would be 2. But this time I'm going to draw my arrow facing the same way as my sign. So that means that t could be 1. It could be 0. It could be -1. It could be so on and so forth. We don't know what it is. Okay? So that is the basics of inequality graphing. But, like I said, there's more to it. Let's try this. All right, we're going to start with greater than, but we're going to draw a line under it, which means that t could be 2, or it could be greater than 2. So this sign I would read as greater than or equal to. So t is greater than or equal to 2. So let's map this out the same way that we have been doing it. So I'll draw my circle. This circle will be 2. I'm going to follow my arrow. So my arrow goes this way. So I know that t could be greater than 2, but to show that t could also be equal to 2, I'm going to color in my circle. And that's really the trick to it. So the difference between just a plain greater than, if you look over here, is your circle is open. If you have the equal to sign, I always think of it as you close the door. So the door is closed, which means that the circle is closed. Okay, now let's do it one more time, but with less than. So t is less than or equal to 2. All right, so we're going to start at just the same as we did a second ago. Draw my circle. Label my circle as my digit, so 2. Follow the arrow. And then if it has a door, you're going to color it in. If it does not have a door, then the door is open, the circle is open. And that is the world of inequalities. Now, you guys are going to practice IXL all week. That's your grade. So let's go on there. Graphing inequalities on number lines. That's what we just did. So let's click on AA2. And we'll do a couple practice questions. All right, this says x is less than 5. So I'm going to draw my dot on 5. But I'm going to click on it. Right now it's closed, but I don't have a door. I don't have that equal to sign under it. So I'm going to click on it again to open it up. Then I'm going to draw my arrow to follow the arrow that your inequality sign has. And then submit, just like that. So you're basically drawing rays. All right, x is greater than or equal to 2. So I'm going to place my dot on x, or on 2, sorry. It's going to be closed because I have a door on the bottom. And then I'm going to draw my arrow facing the same way that that arrow is, and then submit. X is less than or equal to 6. So I'm going to draw my dot. It's closed because of the door, and then I'm going to follow the arrow. And there we go. That is how you graph inequalities.